Bob Marley. Oh, what a good song. Sun is shining. It's sort of ironic today because it really, well, it is a little bit, but it's still freezing cold. Okay, it's great to be joined in the studio. We have some guests in the studio today. We have Amanda and Sam from Delapre Abbey. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today? So we've put the heater on in the studio for you, so it's a little bit more hospitable than it would have been half an hour ago. So the reason why you're here is that we're counting down to the launch of the new season at Delapre Abbey, 12th of February. The house is back open again, the tours are back underway, and I thought it would be great to find out kind of what people can expect from that and also what your plans are for 2023, because I think there's some exciting stuff in the pipeline. So if we start with Amanda, if you can kind of introduce Delapre Abbey if people haven't been there before, what exactly is it?
The beauty of our house is that we've been able to tell more than one story. So we start with the story of the nunnery back in the 1100s, and then we tell the Tate's story as a house, moving into the Bouveries, and then up to the modern day. I
think what people will be quite surprised by is how old it is, because there's a lot of stately homes and you go around them and they're sort of 18th century, 17th century. This one dates back to the 1100s, which is very long time ago. And it was a nunnery originally when it was built. And what was Northampton like in those days? Was there a town there? Was there much going on, or was this a sort of an isolated nunnery in the middle of nowhere?
No, there was definitely a town there. It was always certainly a walled town. We were just on the outskirts of it. We weren't sort of in the town centre, but we were sort of quite part of that hub. It was quite a busy sort of hub. Obviously, back then there was the castle, and so there was a lot going on. We were probably one of the key areas of the building, and we were the sort of the Cluniac nunnery.
Wow, it's fascinating the history of everything that's sort of under your feet, and kind of looking around, imagining what things were like 1,000 years ago. So I guess a lot of the trees and the woodland around that area, it would have been quite woodlandy.
I can imagine so. I don't know exactly how it would have been, but yes, I mean, obviously it's not like it is today, but yes, it would have been a lot more open spaces then.
So you were saying 3 different sort of snapshots of history. So you've got the nunnery in the sort of the 12th century, and then was it around the sort of the 16th century it went into private hands?
Yeah, so in 1538 it went into private hands. We had we had the Battle of Northampton in the 1460, and we tell that story because obviously that was pivotal to the land.
Did people know that there was a Battle of Northampton?
It's something we're still sharing that story. In fact, we've got some stuff coming up this year to sort of launch that in sort of April time, so watch out for that. Yeah. Excellent.
And then when did it fall into the hands of your trust that looks after it now?
It started off sort of, we started the restorations from 2013 onwards, and then we opened to the public in 2018.
Amazing. So it's still quite recent, and I think we were saying that you've got your 5th birthday of the reopening coming up this year as well, so we're looking forward to that. Okay, we're going to find out a lot more about all of that stuff that's coming up this year. But first of all, I need to play the new song from Tom Grennan. This is You Are Not Alone on Revolution Radio.
You are not alone.
The brilliant Tom Grennan, You Are Not Alone on Revolution Radio. It's 28 minutes to 1 in Northampton Town Centre. We are live here with Sam and Amanda from Delapre Abbey. And I haven't chatted to you much yet, Sam, so I wanted to find out a little bit from you about what the plans are for the reopening of the gift shop, because I think you've got some exciting news about that. And to be completely honest with you, a lot of the time when I go to stately homes, my favourite bit is the gift shop.
Yes. And we want to make it like that as well at Delapre, because we're going to relaunch the gift shop, because it's been something that we haven't really thought a lot about for Delapre yet, because we haven't needed to. We've just been focusing on the house and the tours and things. But we'd love to have, our own branding and our own bits and bobs that you can buy that say you've been to Delapre. We wanted to really focus on like being proud of Northampton and being proud of Delapre. So we're going to have, the usual, like your mugs and your tea towels and things.
Do you know what my favourite thing about a good gift shop is? When there's stuff from local producers, so like local jams and local beeswax, all that kind of stuff.
We're going to have all of those things, all of the favourites. We've been speaking to lots of local artisan like makers and things. We have honey on site. Actually, we have our own bees on site, and we are going to be stocking honey in the shop. We're going to be doing teas.
Because locally made honey is so good for your immune system, isn't it? Because you've got all of the
everything that you're used to, the grounds and stuff that you're used to.
Amazing. Okay, so as well as obviously the gift shop. What other attractions are there? Is Delapre Abbey somewhere that the whole family can enjoy?
Absolutely, and we're really looking to show that during our birthday weekend. We're going to make it a really family orientated event. We're going to have bands all day, music. We're going to have there's going to be food vans and things, and also lots of things for the children to do. Face painting.
Absolutely, yes. Also, sort of in the February half term, we want to sort of celebrate sort of Victorian play, and so we've got lots of different sort of activities for children, which would have been what the children used in the Victorian times, that our children can play with during the half term at the Abbey.
That is such a good idea, because I think if you've got kids like me, sometimes you think, I think they spend too much time on their iPads and watching TV, and you want to get them out, playing marbles and playing with spinning tops and
rocking horses and things like that. So, yes, it'll be very interactive, and the Abbey as a whole is something you can touch and feel, pick up a book from the library, play with the toys. Our battlefield is entirely sort of children and family focused, with sort of lots of interactive videos and stuff like that as well.
Amazing. So that's going to be taking place around half-term time, so sort of the middle of March.
Middle of February.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite soon, actually.
Yes, yeah.
Very exciting. And then middle of March is when you're having your 5th birthday weekend. So that sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun as well. And that's again, something for the whole family?
Yes, absolutely.
18th of March.
18th of March. So is that all a little bit top secret at the moment, or can you reveal any of the details?
So we've got some bits that we've already definitely scheduled. There'll be a bit of retail, as Sam mentioned. There'll be the face painting. There'll be lots of. So our key idea is to sort of focus on some of the most important things in our journey. So we, in the hub of what we do is well-being, sustainability, community, heritage. So everything that we do over that will sort of be celebrating those things.
Okay, and I heard there might be some music as well.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, we should have some live performers over that week as well, that weekend.
Definitely.
Amazing. Okay, we're going to hear a little bit more shortly. First of all, we're going to have some messages and then music from Estelle with American Boy and brand new music from The Weeknd on the way. Brand new music from Metro Boomin, The Weeknd and 21 Savage together on that one called Creeping. It's almost 1:45 now. This is Revolution Radio, 1 o'clock this afternoon. Iffy Thomas is going to be here with Feel Good Friday. And we're still in the studio with the team from Delapre Abbey. We've got Amanda, the head of operations, and Sam from the retail team with me this afternoon. And just so much exciting stuff coming up this year at Delapre Abbey. And not all of it has been announced yet, but what we can talk about is something that's happening at the beginning of February, which is a very exciting treasure hunt. So who wants to pick this one up?
Well, we can just talk about how it came about, really. We've got a large restoration project going on our barns and our stables. And when we actually went down to look at clearing them out to start the renovations, they were actually full of loads of things through the history that have been kind of tossed out of the Abbey.
Over time, yes.
Over time.
Wow. So you've just got a barn full of all of the historic stuff, and nobody's really gone through it to see what's there. So there could be all sorts of amazing things in there. Kind
of salvage hunter vibes. That's how I felt when I first went down. I got really excited. Amanda was excited as well. Perhaps not as excited as me, but I love all that kind of thing. Quirky, retro things down there, like 50s sideboards and all that kind of stuff that I love. God, just loads of strange things as well. So we thought what we might do is do a public sale, like a public barn sale.
Amazing. So you could just rock up, have a look through, and you don't know what you might discover.
Have a rummage, you might find something really exciting, or you might not.
Something, who knows?
Wow, you need to get David Dickinson or somebody in our maybe like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, we do. Maybe I'll just dress up.
Hopefully,
see what I can. But yeah, we're going to be doing that on the 4th of February. So yeah, you can just come, have a little look around, see if you discover anything that you want to take away. Buy it and take it that day.
And then you can haggle the price, because you'll be like, oh, this isn't worth anything, but you're thinking secretly this is worth
there are even 2 caravans in there, 2 retro caravans. I think they're 1950s Spirit something or other. They're
full-size caravan. How big is this barn? Wow.
Oh, they're massive. We've got 5
full
barns.
Stables, so and
stables. It's
amazing.
What's down there.
That sounds brilliant. So that's on the 4th of February?
It is, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Well, I'm sold on that. That sounds. And also, like, upcycling is so big at the moment, isn't it? And a lot of stuff that you upcycle that you find at car boot sales and stuff, it's not really that old. It's maybe 20 years old, but it could do with a lick of paint. This is like genuinely historical genuine stuff.
Renovation. The caravans are. I even thought to myself, could I do something with that? Make it into maybe like a little bar or something, that kind of thing. Like the things that you do honestly see on the shows. We've got those things.
Ready to take away.
Yeah, ready to take away.
Amazing. Okay, I'm going to play one more song and then we're going to have a final chat with the team from Delapre Abbey. This is Ava Max.
If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast.
Ava Max and Kings and Queens on Revolution Radio. Last few minutes of the show today, and thank you so much to Sam and Amanda for joining me today from Delapre Abbey. So much cool stuff to find out about, and I think what we haven't really talked about is all of the beautiful grounds and the walks and the lake and stuff. It's such a lovely place to go for a nice walk with the dog or with your kids, and it's buggy accessible for me as a dad as well. And it's all free as well to walk around.
It is absolutely, yes. The walled garden, also the wider parkland is always open. Free parking, sort of come and join us. We've got the cafes open 7 days a week, so you can always pick up a coffee and have a walk round. And the walled garden and the bit behind it's lovely. Sort of really peaceful space to go to. Yeah.
And I think people forget that we've got so much lovely open space here in Northampton, so many nice places to go for a walk, and Delapre Abbey is definitely top of the list for a lot of people. And when I've been, it's big enough that it never seems too busy. There's always like plenty of space to have to yourself.
It's mad because obviously it's right by the town centre, so it's so easy to get to.
You just don't feel like you're in town at all.
Back in the country.
It is so beautiful.
So
Yeah, amazing. So one of the things that's going on this week is you're doing an online wellness festival. Tell me a little bit about that.
So over today and over this weekend we have a wellbeing festival. We've got sort of yoga sessions, Pilates. We've got different sort of chronic pain talks, different talks. We've got Metro Bank talking about sort of people's finances and how they can support on that side of things. So a bit of everything going on over the next few days, and that's inside the Abbey.
Okay, cool. So people need to go in person for that.
Yeah, they can book online. It's free. All the activities are free, but they can book online, join sessions, and go from there.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me today. And the date for your diary is the reopening of the house, new season, which starts on the 12th of February, and of course the week before that, the treasure hunt on the 4th, which I'm very much looking forward to. But we'll definitely have to have you guys back in again soon to talk about all the other stuff that's happening this year. But thank you very much for joining me, and good luck with everything.